Always pay attention to the river. Always.
We're lucky. The area around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is a region of many rivers.
I've been around the river all my life.
People want to touch water. They always have, they always will.
If it weren't for the river, we would not have even existed.
But you know, what's beside the rivers is also really interesting. Riversides around here became ideal spots for settling down and building things.
Didn't swim in the river, though. I mean, you didn't eat what you caught.
And there's something about the river that's energizing.
People say you're crazy for swimming here, but I'm not glowing.
These rivers helped create our amazing topography, hills, valleys, vistas.
We can't believe that this setting exists in the middle of the city.
And apparently, for as long as human beings have been coming here, we've left our marks on the land beside the waters. As the years have gone by, we've built much of our civilization right beside the rivers. Farms, towns, industries, railroads, bike trails.
I think there's kind of a zen thing between either if you're pedaling or you're paddling.
We've built boats, even some big ones, on these banks.
We need an ocean-going vessel that can carry lots of tanks and land on beaches.
So we've used these riversides, and we've come to love them, and we're having more and more fun on and around them.
My buddies and I would take canoes out in the summertime.
The kids didn't have any trouble getting to the river.
The river is alive again.
We're actually building the city's newest riverfront trail right along the riverfront edge, all along the length of the wharf. And it will have green landscaped berms that are designed to be able to be submerged under floodwater, because this is a place that floods repeatedly through the year. And then there will be a beautiful trail on the edge with built-in benches and lighting, so that this will be a place that people will want to travel both during the day and at night.
This Newmont Wharf will be part of the grand vision for what's called Three Rivers Park.
Three Rivers Park is 13 miles of continuous parks and trails that are being constructed along our riverfront, so that ultimately you can walk along all three rivers, you can cross the bridges, you can connect from the edge of the river into the neighborhoods, and we're 80% complete. So the Mon Wharf is part of a tremendous push forward to complete Three Rivers Park by the year 2020.
But you know, you don't have to wait. Around downtown, in and out of the city, there are many riverside trails already. We talked with Lou Feinberg, who works with the group called Bike Pittsburgh.
I think the trails of Pittsburgh are unique because I personally don't like riding on trails.
We met Amy Garbark on Washington's Landing, or Hare's Island, or whatever you want to call it.
For me, in my life, the only time I've ever really been close to the rivers is when I'm on the trail.
Her friend, bike racer Stephen Cummings, came along too.
The trails are great for days when you want to go slow and take it easy and enjoy the scenery. The trails are the best for that.
And here's how you can order WQED's Pittsburgh video collection of Rick Seeback's documentaries.
My Pittsburgh. It's a walk along the North Shore. Entertainment on the South Side. The vibrant universities. The Renaissance downtown. It's a great place to raise kids, to grow a company, to get outdoors, to see a show or have dinner. It's affordable homes and reasonable commutes. It's a big city with a small town feel. Pittsburgh is a region with rolling countryside and forested hills, with plenty to do outdoors, just minutes from your door. It's a place full of history, a place for the future, a place for discoveries, and a place for comforts. It's a place for the arts and a place for science. It's a great place to visit and to find that it's a place where you want to stay. I've lived in some of the best cities in this country, but I made Pittsburgh my home.
No matter how fast Jimmy runs, Jimmy is running out of time. He thought he could see it all in one day. He was wrong, because this is the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium. And once is not enough.
Thank you.
Who wants to go to Kennywood? Looks like it's unanimous.
Ever wonder what's beneath the surface of Pittsburgh country? We're living on top of a dazzling array of everything from caverns to bugs to sewer lines. Well, here's a sample.
Underground Pittsburgh, well, my first thing is the mythical river, the Fourth River underground, okay?
I mean, most of the underground things I'm aware of are either coal mines or like storage facilities.
Mines and caves.
They should actually like test stuff underground, like see what's down there.
You get down there and see the worms and the bugs and...
Most of life on planet Earth is insect.
Underground could also mean the T to a point. That's underground, you know.
I think of all the tunnels that are in Pittsburgh, the Liberty tubes.
Lots of different rocks and mineral resources underground.
Soils are forgotten. They're underappreciated.
Water lines, gas lines, sewer lines, steam lines.
We have mushroom mines in western Pennsylvania. They are limestone also.
Underground, I don't think there's anything that compares.
People's basements, those are underground.
The basement, you need to watch out so you don't hit your head. I certainly hit my head a few times down here.
I know there's a lot of coal mines.
Coal mines. I grew up on Mount Washington, Coal Hill.
Actually, in Dormont, there's a bowling alley that's underground.
Life in the tunnels. We can even pick favorites.
My favorite tunnel is probably the Fort Pitt Tunnel.
Maybe it's the Fort Pitt Tunnel when you come from the airport.
I like the Armstrong Tunnel.
It's the only one that makes a bend. I mean, that's kind of neat to me.
Corliss tunnels.
The Liberty tubes. Fort Pitt tunnels. I think they're well lit and maintained.
And for a limited time, you can drive through the Wabash Tunnel before they decide to close that again.
Well, the one that brings me home is good.
I drive through the Squirrel Hill and Fort Pitt every day to and from work.
My favorite tunnel, I would say Fort Pitt.
Gotta be Fort Pitt.
Because once you come out of that tunnel and you see the skyline, it takes your breath away.
When I come out, it's like, you know, you came into the land of Oz. It's, you know, it's quite a shock.
And that's why we wanted to come to the Fort Pitt Tunnel. It is the gateway to Pittsburgh, and we're one of the few cities that actually has a formal entrance, and a grand entrance at that.
Enough with the view. One morning we did meet these guys at the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Dan Cessna is District 11 executive, and Tom Diddle is tunnel manager for PennDOT, the state agency that takes care of several tunnels around here.
There are 4 tunnels altogether: Fort Pitt, Squirrel Hill, Liberty, and the Stowe Tunnel. There's a small tunnel in McKees Rocks.
Those are just the ones PennDOT takes care of. And although there's nobody inside those windows in the middle of the Fort Pitt facade anymore, there are PennDOT folks inside that building watching out for you.
They're there to monitor the traffic and to monitor the CO levels. If you would break down in the tunnel, you want to stay in your vehicle, there is assistance coming. We do have people there 24 hours a day. They will see the traffic backs up, and they will come in and give you the assistance that you need.
That day, the PennDOT folks shut down one lane inbound in order to show us what's through those mysterious tunnel doors.
We're going to the far one where the exit sign is, right?
That's correct, yes.
People see the doors with the exit signs throughout the tunnel. I think a lot of people think that puts you into a hallway that you actually had between the tunnels, but that's not the case. The doorways actually connect to the adjacent tube.
And the reason those are there is to get the people from one side to the other if there's a traffic accident. If something backs up where we have to get the people out of there, we would move them through those doors to the other two.
And that creates a lot of confusion for folks when we have an inbound accident or something in a tunnel. Folks wonder, well, why do you close the outbound lanes too? So it's important we shut traffic off to both so that stranded motorists that are escaping from their vehicles or leaving their vehicles actually can go to those exits, cross through the passageway, and get onto the other side of the tunnel and escape.